Welcome back to the Christmas 2000 channel for a new Tram video. This is my part 2 of this model. I've actually just gave it a one coat of the yellow paint. I'm not doing against a very expensive modelling paint. It doesn't use cheap spray paint you can get in Bunnings, very cheap stuff. This stuff I do have the green, but that's the yellow one. It's not expensive paint. It works for modelling. It just works great. I've used it before for doing my other models. It comes out quite good, this one. There's the front. Like, it comes out quite good. Like, if I'll leave the camera away while I can get my scrubber. And I'll show you what I've... No, open the windows up near the television.
Oh, come on.
I've got the camera on, you know. Look at the scrubber model. That's the same paint I used on it, and it came out quite nice. So I'm going to give this one a coat of paint when this is dry. And I'll probably do 3 sprays, overspray with this a couple of times, then do the greens. I've got the green. I'll show you what the green colour looks like. No, it's not mixed. It's not mixing. That's what the green looks like. I will paint that on the bottom once this is dry. I'll probably leave this overnight also until I do the next coat. I don't want to get too much. It is early in the day, so I might leave it dry and go out and come back and do the green. I'll get one coat of paint and I'm going to leave it. I'll probably leave it over there, but I'm going to open up the other window soon. But this is an A1. Look, it does come with bogies and all. There's the bogies there. What's this then? That might be the panna base, I'm not too sure what that is. There's the panna. Panna part 2. The cabin's what I'm going to be using for this model when I get them painted up, and I will put some figurines in there. Got trolley pole parts here. I'm going to use one of these at least to put on the tram, because I'm going to have one as a dummy trolley pole on the roof of this tram, and I thought to put that on, but I will put it onto my tram. But this is what I've done so far. Right, I've just painted this green paint on this tram now, all the way around. I'm going to give that paint fully dry, and I'm going to get one more coat of paint. Won't make that glare to dry a little bit. I'm going to change the circuit board. I put an 8-pin on here, but I just took it off as now. And I'll put this circuit board on what's a 21-pin circuit. But I have a load of 21-pin codes, not 8-pins. I'm putting this instead. I'm going to 21-pin chips on this board instead of the additional 8 pins. I'm going to put this board on what's an old P-class board. And I'm going to be soldering it on right now. I'm going to do it off camera. Now, this is the tram painted up again. I actually forgot to paint the yellow stripes on the side of the Metropolitan trams, you see. What I'm referring to... I hope YouTube doesn't give me a copyright claim when I show this. But what I'm doing is the striping what's down the side of the tram now. What that masked up bit is. I would say if you're going to paint, I will say, so I just realised it now, before I started the video. If you ever spray this on as the green, don't spray this on top of it, because I noticed before I touched it, the green and yellow is coming off my fingers. You can see the green and yellow is activating somehow, like we're doing a reaction. I'm not sure if it's going to stick or dry, but I'm going to leave it dry and see if it does react. If it doesn't, I'll just print out some yellow stripes on the internet and on my printer and glue them to the side. But a good thing to have when you're doing paint like this, have some of this acetone nail polish remover stuff when you're doing paint like this, because say if you go on your hands, you can use a bit of the acetone and then rub it off your cough on your fingers, or rub the paint off your fingers. It doesn't do any harm to your skin because it's just like nail polish remover anyway, but it's the pure acetone, this one. But it also works to strip models down, so say you muck up the paintwork on your mold, you can strip the paint off and restart from scratch as well. Because SGY trains have seen that thing actually how it does some old trains. We did an experiment a couple of weeks ago, to be honest, on an old internet car of mine. But this is painted up. I'm going to leave it like this. I've got one of the pole mount on the base. It's a dummy pole mount, but I'm going to put a pantograph on this and temporarily put a diamond pantograph. It is the wrong one for an A class, but this will be my temporary pantograph on the tram for my layout when I do have it running. But that'll be the temporary until I find the until I get a proper pantograph. I know what they're called now, thanks to Skinny747 on a Facebook thing I put up on Facebook. And if I want to find a model one of that, and they're putting on here. But temporarily, it will get the diamond pantograph. So I'll come back in about an hour when the paint's dry and see if it's reacted properly, and I'll explain it has or has not. Another thing good about having acetone as well, say if you're painting with the spray paint or doing something like that and you accidentally spill paint on it, what I've just noticed what I've got to do is do my GEC telephone, because I accidentally sprayed a lot of the stuff. It's come on the phone, so that will have to come off. But I'll do a light rub on that with a bit of methylated spirits and it should come off. I'm not using acetone on that because with ABS it will melt the plastics. I'll do methylated spirits to get that off that phone. But I tried to to strip the paint off, but I will do a little bit in a minute because I just accidentally sprayed my phone by mistake. This is the video showing the tram now finished. Ignore the diamond pantograph on the roof of the A1. That's only on there for temporary measurements, while I purchased the actual ones they use. Spent 4 hours making this model up. No, it didn't. $460 as I paid for this. It's a very high quality model. It's got my custom chassis in there. I put it myself. It has the motors that make it move. Was a reconditioned SW6 chassis from an SW6 Tram model. I still got to do some detailing on it, like I got to paint the red, yellow and white lights on the tram and get some driver figurines to put inside the tram. I labelled it as A232 because I've actually ridden a couple of times on A232 with Scoonie 747 driving A232. Once on the 12 and once on the 58 route for the A-Class running. Due to a shortage of E-Class on during that day. The A-Class is actually the coolest tram one on the route 58 because it's so crowded. But this one's set to route 12. Well, you can't see it, but it's set to route 12. Victoria, St Kilda one side and Victoria Gardens on the other side. It did come with the St Kilda 12 destination indicators, but they didn't make Fitzroy Street, so I made my own Fitzroy Street one up on my Microsoft Paint, and I printed out in scale, put it on the tram. Those Public Transit Corporation symbols plus the numbers are homemade. I made them up myself with my on looking a picture like this offline and adjusting it on my Photoshop program I have to adjust the colours on it to make it more of a matte colour. So I redid the labels so it looks more matte-ish for this tram. But this is my model A1 class tram.